Good evening, everyone. My name is Tiana Piles with BSTARS, Breastfeeding Sisters that are receiving support. We are joined today by Paris Curtis of the Indiana Black Breastfeeding Coalition. We have been doing, as you know, the spotlights of our Black breastfeeding organizations that stood in solidarity with us, that were able to stand in solidarity with us this year for our Million Milk March, which is currently going on now, all month long of August. And so we're doing these spotlights to just, well, for me, personally, it just gives me an excuse to be able to talk to my sister friends across the country. But for you all, it's an opportunity to get to know some of the other organizations nationwide. And so, Ms. Paris, I'm so glad that you were able to join us. And so I would like to ask you to, there's always a little techie stuff popping up. Ask you to please introduce yourself, talk about yourself and why this work is so important. We'll start there and then we'll get into the organization itself. So I turn it over to you.
My name is Paris Curtis. I am the co-founder of the Indiana Black Breastfeeding Coalition. We were established in 2007 by my mom, Terry Curtis. And since her passing away, it has been my goal to keep her legacy living. And that's what we've done. We have membership of maybe 20. So, but we're sustaining and we have monthly meetings. Right now we're doing virtual. And I just could not make it without my coalition members. They are great ladies. And we are promoting breastfeeding, especially this Black Breastfeeding Week. So I'm glad to be here with you, T.
I'm glad you're here with me too. It's been amazing just getting to know you and the organization over the years that we've known each other. We go back, my first Rose conference, so that was 2016.
Right.
So, oh my goodness, it just really feels like love. So again, I appreciate you for joining me. Okay, so in talking about the organization, you said it was started in what year, please?
2007.
That's awesome. A lot of us, we're just trying to catch up. So that's amazing that you all in 2007 were one of our visionaries, leading this work, your mom. And we're blessed to have her memory and your effort and her legacy all tied into, this work as we move forward. So the Indiana Black Breastfeeding Coalition. I told you.
You are right. You are right.
Oh my goodness. All right. So tell us more about the organization itself.
Well, what we do is we promote, empower, and encourage moms to breastfeed, mostly African Americans, because we want to have our own space. My mom started the coalition because she was affiliated with another coalition, and she didn't feel like that they were giving enough attention to our African American moms, which needed it. So she decided to start her own coalition, and she came home and she called me and she said, "This is what we're doing." And I was like, okay. So our first meeting was with like 7 ladies that she had known. And I just kind of got thrown in it, but I have loved every moment of it. I learn more every year. From the conferences that I attend and the relationships. And so bringing all that information back to the coalition, and our members also go to our conferences as well. So we are a sustained coalition. And I like to say that because a lot of us are not. And I just try to, keep it simple. I know everybody has a lot of things going on. So we only meet once a month. For our meetings and then once for our classes. Things have gotten really crazy since the COVID-19. So the virtual thing is really working. So I'm like you, this tech stuff is new, but it's working. It's working.
Please. Yeah, we're getting through it with lots of patience and love and younger energy. So I'm with you.
Yes.
Okay. I would love to backtrack because you bring up a very valid point in terms of the support that Black women and our families need. And so I can only imagine what you all were going through in Indiana in 2007, trying to reach out to the existing organizations that were doing this work and realizing that this ain't gonna work. This is not gonna fit, in the grander scheme of what we need to do for us. So if you would talk more about actually making that decision between deciding to go from joining that effort to really realizing that in order to save us, our babies, our moms, our families, we needed some other concentrated energy.
Well, I definitely can't take the credit for it because it was all my mom. Like I said, I kind of got pulled into it, but I could see years coming that this was a very important thing for her to do, and to make a stand for it. She also became the first IBCLC in Indiana Black.
Awesome.
And
wow,
that was impressive. And she also pulled others, she pulled Ryan and Ambrielle along to be IBCLCs because the work was needed. And we need to be seen and make a stand for it. So I can't really take the credit, but I stand behind her, when you're in that generation where your mom tells you to do something, you got to do it. And that's just the way it was.
No, and I understand you are walking in her work, and that's why I talk about legacy. And in fact, I share with you on many occasions, you and your mom reminded me of me and my daughter. And so sometimes I feel like, I know she supports me. Of course, I know she loves me, but it's almost like there's this balance of course, I want her to flourish and grow and be her own beautiful, outstanding creature. But at the same time, it's wonderful to leave that legacy and for it to be homegrown and in family.
Right.
So what was your? So I've been meaning to ask you. So I'm gonna ask you now. What was your path prior to your mother kind of pulling you into this work?
Oh wow. Well, those who know me know I have a son who is special needs. He's autistic, and that's what I was doing. That's what I was focusing on. My mom being as smart as she is and as she was, and knowing a lot of people and having a lot of resources. She's the one who told me to get him tested. And just being on that roller coaster of dealing with a special needs child and then a daughter who was very independent, 8 years older, just raising my kids and trying to, keep everything together. And so the love of breastfeeding came along with that because she did make me I breastfed both of them. Actually, I breastfed my daughter. I lived in California, and she kind of prompted me. She said, they're not going to let you just move the baby into another room. You're going to have to breastfeed her, and she's going to be able to stay there. And so I was like, really? I thought you had a baby and then they take it in the other room. She's like, no, not in California. You will be breastfeeding. So I breastfed my daughter for 8 months. And because the environment was so crazy in California, on my move back to Indianapolis, I stopped breastfeeding. And when I came home to stay with my mom, she actually made me start breastfeeding again. So definitely, I mean, like, go in the room, take your shirt off, you're gonna breastfeed her, she's gonna relax, you're gonna do fine. And after maybe a day, my milk came back and she breastfed for like 4 more months.
Yay!
Yeah.
See, those are the pushes that we need from our mamas.
Yeah.
To help us and support. And it right. And and it's a gentle nudge push, but you love and you trust your mom. And that's amazing that helped you to breastfeed longer. My goodness. Oh yeah. So like I said, I'm just like, my daughter, she just, I find that this work can be so, there's a lot to do. And so I find that I have my children come with me so that not only because I need their help, but also for them to see what mommy does, for part of her day. And so with her and my boys, I have, one daughter and 3 boys. I'm hoping, it's my prayer that they really see that I'm trying to give back to my community and my families, you know, the best that I can with God's help. And that I hope that you know, is just within them. And even if it doesn't manifest itself in the same vein of what I'm doing, that it's in there naturally in whatever they choose to do with their lives. So I just love you all's story and your legacy. Just love it.
Well,
All right, so
I can definitely see within my daughter, because she, I went to stay with her when she had my granddaughter, which is my world. I must say that. And she breastfed for about a year, and I can just see the pressure that she would have had if I wouldn't have been there. You know, you don't really realize it until somebody's there with you, you know, on a daily basis. And I was there for 15 days, and I'm like, man, would she have stopped if I wasn't here? You know, because I kept pushing. And even when she had her, you know, we had this little conflict where she wanted to talk to the nurse. I was like, look, you don't need to talk to nobody. I'm here. But sometimes you have to have that, you know, meter there so they could tell her the same thing that I was telling her, but she wanted to hear from somebody else. Okay, long as we get it done. Long as we get it done. I don't care who tell you, long as we get it done.
But you know how sometimes us daughters can be, you know, we our moms know all this stuff, but we trying to be our own independent mother of our own. And so it is great when we have that tribe going on, where we have our not only our mom and our dad and our, you know, partners supporting us, but also our healthcare providers, you know, so we're hearing the same thing all over the place. So as we pick and choose who we're trusting with this delicate part of our life, everything is sounding about the same. You know, we tweak it a little bit, but it's about the same. But that's great that you were there for support. That was great. The support came from your mom, and then now you were able to support your daughter. So that's amazing. That is amazing.
And now she supports her friends. So when they have problems, they call me. Miss Paris, can you tell me? I'm like, girl, come on, call me.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing. Like, this doesn't even feel like work sometimes. Well, sometimes it does, but for the most part, it doesn't.
It is.
True, very true. But it's just like a great conversation with friends and family, you know, and passing on a good word, you know, a true ministry.
That's good.
Absolutely. And I look forward to the day where the majority of us are kind of out of work, because it's just so commonplace, and we're all having these same conversations of reclaiming our breastfeeding. It is just so common that yes, there may be an issue or two, but we work them out real smooth and keep going.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So that is, of course, why we do the work. And so I wanted to ask, for your organization, what services do you provide?
Well, we first of all, we teach our class. We also have what we call a bosom buddy, which is a bosom buddy is a person that kind of sticks with you for the first 6 weeks. And she makes sure that your latch is okay. Make sure you don't need anything. As far as a pump, we try to stay away from pumps for the first couple of weeks. Make sure, you know.
Why is that, Miss Paris? Why are we staying away from pumps?
Because we want them to exclusively breastfeed and pumping later. So, and we support. It doesn't matter how long you breastfeed. We support you. We want you to do a whole year, but if you're only going to do 4 months, hey, we'll take it. Whatever you do, we just want you to breastfeed.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, this seems to be the generation where if we can get any kind of breastfeeding in, of course, the longer the better. And even the World Health Organization recommends up to 2, you know. But we're in the United States, you know, we do things different. But getting to that year, if you do not want to have formula in your baby, you at least have to do a year of breastfeeding or breastfeeding breast milk to get, you know, past that. So yeah, but if we can, so it is interesting, because sometimes I find in our group that, you know, yes, we're going for the goal of 1 to 2 years, if not longer, but they're like, oh, I'm done at 4 months, or I'm done out of the hospital or whatever. And it's like, you know what? Any breastfeeding has to be celebrated.
Yeah,
you've done it. You did that successfully, and now you can go and talk about it to others, and perhaps they'll do it even a little further. You know. So it's all in love and support, you know, than what we're doing. Okay, so bosom buddies in your class. You said you hold your class once a month.
Every third Saturday of
Okay.
the month. And actually, we've been doing a few pop-up classes. I did a pop-up class the other day, virtual.
Oh,
And so,
yes, that's right.
because I've got so many people who are delivering. So I'm like, okay, let me get to you. Let me get to you. So we'll do a Zoom call. And also, I want to prepare them for a birth plan. I want them to have a birth plan, know what you're
Right.
going into, when you're going in the hospital.
Absolutely.
Prepare. Make sure you call the hospital. Doulas. I've got 3 fabulous doulas in my coalition, and I just love them. I wish I had a doula. That support is awesome.
Oh, they are. Remember the days where we didn't even know what a doula necessarily was?
Exactly.
I can't even imagine that now, but it's that's like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do,
Yeah.
And then when they start talking about how, oh, well, in our culture we've always had them, it's the other women who are in those pictures that we see on the wall, and it's like, that, which makes sense. It just makes sense, and better health outcomes.
Yes,
I'm definitely with you on that.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. Okay, so we celebrated with you earlier this month, Miss Terry Jo Curtis Day. Tell us more about that and how that came to be.
Well, I actually had no idea about it, but some ladies and I guess some people that were really close to my mom, they called right after she had passed. She passed in May, and they called me in June and told me that the governor wanted to do a proclamation for her in August, doing breastfeeding week month. And I was like, okay. So people from the state, and we all just came together, and they made August the 4th Terry Jo Curtis Day. So
okay, all right, we need to make that a national holiday.
Yeah. So we always try to do a little something for it. It comes so fast, though, because we usually have our Indiana Black Expo, so we're always coming from that, and then jumping right into the Terry Jo Curtis Day, and then Black Breastfeeding Week. So it gets busy.
Yes, it does. But what a wonderful way to honor your mom and all the work that she has done. That is awesome.
We truly appreciate it. Me and my family, my sister, my grandmother, all of us do. We really appreciate that, because she was a wonderful, she is. And, sometimes I look in my mirror and I'm like, ooh, I look so much like her now. I wasn't ready. And then even when I talk to my daughter, she's like, you sound like Nana. I'm like, I didn't mean to.
Yay. Isn't that amazing? Just
people don't, everybody don't have a good mama. We take for granted for that. I'm like, oh, wow. So
yes.
I will continuously praise her for the rest of my life.
Absolutely. Oh, well, I thank you for talking with me. There's just a couple of things as we wrap up. How can you be reached? The organization be reached?
Well, you can reach us at Indiana Black Breastfeeding Coalition. Coalition. And you can also reach us at 317-434-43. Oh, I got to make sure I don't call the number. So let me. Well, I ain't wrong for that. They're going to talk about me. You're going to get the wrong number. Sorry. Anyway, you can always reach me on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, Indiana Black Breastfeeding Coalition, and that phone number is 317-434-4930.
Awesome. And for your website, does it end in a .com?
Yes.
Okay, .com. Awesome. And what is your social media, like the for Facebook and Instagram?
Okay, it's at IBBC Fly.
Okay.
That's the only one I know.
Okay. I mean, I
have a media person, so
I hear you, girl. I hear you. Yes.
Black Breastfeeding Coalition.
No, well, that is great. That's at least a good start to get some kind of connectivity happening. So I thank you. All right. So I want to thank you for joining us and walking with solidarity with us with this national walk. Girl, can't believe we're involved in a national walk.
Yes, they're walking it out. My girls is walking. I'm proud of them.
They sure are. In fact, I'm going to pull up our leaderboards as I ask you So when you walk in, give me top 3
Uh-oh.
of your playlist. Yes. And it can be any of them. Just, this is
Well,
us.
anybody that knows me knows
Them.
I love Kim, so I'm hooked on Kim.
Okay.
And it really just depends on my mood for the day. So I can do Kim and Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
And if I'm tired, I'll throw some Jeffrey Osborne in there.
Oh, what?
Take a slow little walk.
Jeffrey's gonna pick you up.
Depends on what Jeffrey you play.
Well, that is true. That's so true. That's true. What was I thinking? I think I was thinking, what some of them upbeat ones.
Yeah,
but you're right. He can walk you on down through there too.
But I'm enjoying the walking. I enjoy it.
Awesome. I'm glad. It was a covert excuse for us to get out and get a little exercise for a good cause, and a little bit of competition, but all in love, and for just a good cause, bringing awareness to Black breastfeeding awareness, as well as maternity health. It's the more awareness we can bring to those things, the better. And of course, we sit here in Black Breastfeeding Week. Does the organization have some other things in which they're doing are involved with for this week?
Yes, actually, on Saturday the 29th, we are having a walk.
Okay.
At Tarkington Park. It's in Indianapolis, Tarkington Park, like 39th and Illinois. Starts at 9 to 11. So we're going to be walking it out. We're going to be giving away a lot of stuff. I've got diapers. We've got pumps, we've got gift cards, we've got all kind of stuff to give to our moms. Rain or shine, we walking.
Awesome. Okay. That is awesome. Please give us the particulars of that for those that are in the area and what time it starts.
It starts at 9. Starts at 9, ends at 11. We're going to take one group picture at the end, and registration starts at 8:30.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. So we actually will be doing, my family and I are going to be walking our route in person. Everyone else is going to be doing it virtually. So we'll start about 8:32. So it'll be great. I'll be looking out for you all's live feeds as we're doing these walks, adding to our miles.
Social distancing.
For these great causes. That's awesome. While I'm talking to you, I'm pulling up this leaderboard. So I'm going to, girl.
Don't show mine, because I done messed mine all up. Asha said, you ain't even put your stuff in. I'm like,
oh my goodness. And there is a way that if something's not logging in, to do it manually. And if I need to get with you, then we'll do that. This is our first year effort. So we are, getting through this together. All right. So what I'm going to do, because I know I've been all like this on camera, I'm going to share my screen. This is the share the screen option. Yep. All right. Share screen. Yes, I talk through while I'm clicking. I think I want to do this one. Nope, not that one. Nope. Okay. Can you see?
Ooh, yeah, I can.
Okay. Wait. Uh-oh.
I did.
Yes. Yeah. All right now. Share screen. Application. Yep. There. Okay. Now. Okay. There. All right. So do you see Million Milk March?
Yep.
Okay. So just in case, for those who don't know, the Million Milk March is a national walk in which BSTARS and 19 other breastfeeding organizations across the country are walking in solidarity together. And it's not too late to sign up, please do. We are going for 10 million steps by the end of August. And for you to know where we are right now, we are at collectively 342,770 steps all together. It is a little bit of a fundraiser, but we're really more doing this for the fun part of it. I'm going to take you to the leaderboards. So let me refresh, because somebody might have stepped in the 2 minutes I done pulled this up. Okay. So our leaderboards, our top 5 by distance. And I say, just for people wondering what the footprint part is, it's a combination of steps and fundraising. So I always go to the distance, which gives us our steps. So BSTARS is in the lead with 1,473,866 steps. The DC Breastfeeding Coalition is up. They're getting up there. Oh,
I see ya.
I'm saying 995,718 steps. Mahogany Milk with 591,015, reaching our sisters everywhere 482,810, and the Indiana Black Breastfeeding Coalition in 5th. 314,460.
Yes.
Come on.
We got to bring it. We gotta bring it.
I'm saying y'all are bringing it to continue to. So there's our leaderboards, and I'm going to go into our individual.
Don't go in mine.
We do our top 5, girl. Please, I'm not even in top 5. I wish that we could count the steps.
Asha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Asha's with you all.
Yes.
Okay. Well, see, look at you. See, y'all representing. So wait, let's see. Now this is my apologies. Let me switch to distance, but I know Asha's still up there because she's been working it out.
Yeah.
Okay. So Yvonne has 427,535 steps. Bernita, 331,348. Aubrey, 215 and 215,007 steps. Asha, there she is at 165,365. Awesome. That's amazing. And then rounding off our top 5, Sandra with 161,020 steps. So we definitely are bringing it. We are almost halfway to our goal, and we know how to be doing some stepping around here. So we will just have to continue to bring it. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen and bring us back. I like when things work. Yes. So
I'm
again,
really enjoying this.
Yay!
I am so proud of you. You're doing an awesome job.
No, I thank you. This is what I really enjoy doing. I love promotion. And if I can help and support my sisters and their organizations, this would be a win-win. Yes, BSTARS is heading this, but facilitating this great connective energy in which, especially this year, we haven't been able to see each other in person. I literally have enjoyed trying to figure out how we can stay connected, because we got to.
Yeah.
We got to. That's how we work best. And so sometimes I think that's why we're kept apart systematically. So we got to figure it out for ourselves in order, to make sure that our connection stays strong. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
No problem. I'm glad that you invited us, and we are excited about it. We're excited to come and visit once we're able to visit.
I'm so ready. Been ready. So yes. We just got to work on all this other stuff. And yep, we're going to have a great time, and people are going to be jealous. And that'll just happen. Yep. Well, I'm sending you a big virtual hug. Thank you.
Sis. I love you.
No, love you. Have a good evening, and we will be talking soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
I can't wait.
Thank you.
We should have our shirt soon, right?
Yes. I sent it out. I sent the tracking number because my goal was getting out hands before Saturday. Yes. So it's in the mail. It should be there. They said 2 to 3 days. Sent it out yesterday. So yeah, be looking for that. And the tracking number is on that picture that I sent you of the package.
That's fine.
Yay!
I have faith.
Yes. All right. Well, take care again, and thank you, and have a good evening.
All right. You too. Thanks for the interview.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Love you.
Love you too, sis. Bye-bye.